Hey guys, welcome back. This is Link Dev, and this is a devlog of me exploring RayLib in C++. So let's get started. So I have been curious about RayLib for a while, but did not had the time to check it out. But now that my college semester was over, I thought I would see how good it actually is. Following some basic examples I found on RayLib's website, I put together a window and a rectangle that would eventually become the main character of the game. Now that the character was being displayed, I coded up some movement logic and made the character move on its x-axis. This was easy given my experience in game engines like Unity and Godot, as well as in using SFML, which is a library similar to RayLib in C++. I thought about what sort of game I wanted to make for a while, and after that I chose this resolution, and I also changed the shape of the player. It's now a rectangular shape, and it better fits the theme of the game that I am trying to look for. The game that I decided on was a simple game about a shape-changing block which would have to avoid the blocks coming from the top. It is one of the most basic games that I think every developer has ever made at least once. Even I have made this game a couple of times, but ultimately it was this familiarity of mine with the game's logic that made me choose it. After a while of development, I had the first prototype ready. Although the player was acting a bit weird, the enemy logic was perfect. It took some trial and error, but I fixed the player movement and perfected the player squishing and spanning. I think this squishing and spanning aspect of the game is what makes it different from the other iterations of this game that I had made in the past. I added a score to the game so that a player would be able to have some sort of sense of accomplishment, and also added the ability to die in case the player collides with the box, after which the position, the size of the player and the score would reset. After the development session was over, it was time for the fun part, the art part. I first created a road sort of looking background with a yellow strip in the middle. While creating the art for the road, I thought I should be just able to create a small road and just scale it up when I'm actually in the game. But as it turns out, the 60 by 100 resolution was actually too low for a game of 600 by 1000 resolution. Second, I made a car sprite for the enemy boxes. I made it white at first, thinking that I could just change the white color to something else in the code. It was certainly possible, however, it didn't look as good and didn't work as expected. So I later had to create sprite for each car color, but it was fun. After the completion of art, I followed it with some basic code and added the textures to the game, and I think they turned out great. The game was looking anew, and it was just some boxes moving on the y-axis before. Now it looks kind of good. In conclusion, I think using RayLib was a fun experience for me. It was not as hard as I had expected, and it was quite similar to SFML. As easy as it was, I don't think I would be making much games in it though. But who knows, I might get interested again and make another game in it. So stay tuned for that and follow for more.